Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about a common struggle I think all of us have to address in our life. And you're asking, well, what is that struggle? What is it we all have in common? It's this. When it comes to change, really lasting change, permanent change, I think we all struggle when God begins to deal with the root of an issue or the source of an issue rather than just changing the circumstances or the symptoms. I mean, we would rather God just change the outward circumstances or the symptoms rather than talk to us about the root, which is where the fruit comes from. And if you struggle with that the way I do at times, we would rather just ask God, God, could you deal with that person? Could you, work on my boss? Could you work on my spouse? Could you work on my kids? A lot of times what the Lord begins to do is work on us. And he does that because until we change, we're probably not going to view anything differently. We're always going to view, our problems like it's this, it's that, it's this, and we're missing it by a long way if we don't allow God to address and to work on us and help us with our heart. God is so faithful, and one of the great prayers that's given to us in the book of Psalms is found in the last two verses of Psalm 139. It reads this way, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there's any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of an everlasting path." Here's four things that I want you to consider when you begin to get to a place in your life where you're open and receptive to God dealing with you and working on you and not just sending him to work on other people or to change the circumstances. This is a great prayer. And here's the four things I want you to consider that God's going to do. First is he's going to begin to search you. That was his first request. God, search me. And it wasn't as if God didn't know him, but what he was saying is, let me see myself in a real light, in the real light of you searching me. Second me is try me. Try me. That means, put me in positions where I can see if I'm growing. I can see you at work. And then the third was know me. And of course, when he's asking this, what he's saying is bring the light that only you can bring, so that not only am I known of you, I am beginning to know you at work in my life. And then the last thing is lead me. So that's what God's going to do. When we get to the place that we're tired of going around the same mountain, we're tired of, the same scenario in our life, and we want change and real change, then I encourage you, just as I encourage myself today, open up Psalm 139, begin to pray verse 23 and 24, God, search me, try me, know me, and lead me. And watch what happens. You know what's going to happen? Transformation, real change, permanent change. Because when God works in us, he leads us on the right path. And no matter what we encounter on that path, we can see God at work, we can see good, and we can bring God glory. Have a great day.